Hong Kong is our home. At First Initiative Foundation, FIF, we are dedicated to benefiting our city through proactive support of the arts and education through mentorship and community outreach. FIF promotes Hong Kong's on the world stage by creating global cultural connections and positivity. We bring together giving patrons, outstanding artists, educational experts, and renowned institutions to create meaningful, charitable initiatives, uplifting all. Each year, we focus on an impactful initiative in keeping with this mission. Our documentary film, Hands, Hearts and Heritage, Crafting into the Future, is an exciting record of FIF's work to preserve the importance of Hong Kong's culture and heritage arts. It features many of our remarkable FIF supporters uniting for good to create a very special charitable event.
Please help me welcome newly appointed FIF Arts and Culture Ambassador Hien Zheng on stage for his performance.
以下落嚟有請領研慈善基金新加入藝術及文化大使張敬軒先生上台為大家演出。
驚慌到失足向前，然後撲入我一雙肩，令你腼腆一面，像櫻花萬千。懷念美好高中2年，期望你的青春不變，去到今天，還記得櫻花正開，還未懂跟你是我。初出來時彼此約定過，繼續期待，人自身這大時代，投入幾番競技賽，曾分開，曾相愛，等待花蕊又跌下來，才懂識這是戀愛。我知道这样不应该，也知道你会受伤害，只是不想再让自己对你太过依赖。我明白你给的爱是真实的存在，只是我不懂得如何去爱，才会让你想离开。因为我不 知道下一辈子还是否能遇见你，所以我今生才会那么努力，把最好的给你，爱你都变成伤害你，我们的爱快要窒息，不是故意，只是太爱你。It's such a great honor to being here tonight. I would like to thank Miss Michelle. You know, for me to being the ambassador of the event is for me just like a great milestone in my career. So thank you so very much. Thank you. 好開心啦！今晚可以喺呢一度呢個咁盛大嘅 gala dinner。其實以往咧前嗰幾年咧，我都係睇新聞啊、睇報道啊，就覺得哇好 glamorous 嘅一個 dinner， 我都好希望可以成為座上客。今晚終於成就解鎖啦！咁啊，好開心今晚喺度同各位見面啦，亦都好開心去擔任我哋呢一個藝術以及文化嘅大使。咁從今晚開始咧，我亦都會肩負起我哋嘅各位嘅 board member 同埋我哋嘅 Michelle 俾我嘅任務，去將我哋香港嘅 artist 啦，將我哋嘅 artistry 帶去世界更遠嘅地方。但係我想特別喺度要多謝 Michelle， 因為呢個係女超人嚟㗎，係我哋即係佢令我自己覺得最榮幸可以成為呢個我哋嘅大使嘅其中一個原因，就係因為可以同一位咁 devoted， 即係咁有 commitment 對呢一個藝術嘅行業啦，對我哋呢一個地方咁多年，對呢一個基金會佢所擺落去嘅 effort 係佢嘅 passion。係令到我哋好多作為後輩好值得學習嘅地方，多謝你，亦都多謝你為香港嘅藝術界做嘅所有嘅嘢 ，thank you。
One of FIF's missions is to create a community of the arts and artists for good. The mission is close to my heart. As both a singer and an actress, I appreciate the power of performance and working together with other artists to spotlight the arts and making it accessible to all. FIF's different initiatives preserve our unique culture and heritage, provide continuing arts education, bring the arts to Hong Kong, and the best of Hong Kong to the world. As an FIF artist and support, I look forward to our continuing initiatives filled with art and heart.
Long, we've been friends for a long time, almost 20 years.
That's right. Since 2004, for 20 years. We met in Hong Kong and you were organizing a fundraising redevelopment project for the Caritas Hospital. I was so happy to join in and perform in support of such a great cause.
I've learned that charitable work really brings people together, creating good friendships.
Absolutely. I think our shared belief that music makes life better is something that connected us really well. It's at the core of our work and friendship. And we have collaborated on many creative music initiatives and events over the last 13 years since you founded FIF. I still remember when you asked me to be an FIF artist in support. When goals match so well, yes was the only answer. And now we are nurturing talented young pianists in Hong Kong through the FIF-supported Young Scholars Program.
I think perfect examples of our cooperation are your master classes for FIF.
To me, masterclass share the beauty of making music. I want to support a new generation of young musicians, make music accessible to all, and promote global understanding through music. And the wonderful thing is that through collaborations, the circle of giving and friendship grows.
I agree completely. It was unforgettable to attend your beautiful wedding at Versailles. And do you know what? The Versailles Palace Museum and its president, Catherine Picard, are working in cooperation with FIF's Museum Circle, promoting the importance of arts globally. It all fits together.
remember when I was small, my family runs lantern shops. My father's made lanterns out of bamboos and paper. And it's quite good because it's strong. And look at this star fruit. And you will see the inside, the structure is bamboo. And just only bamboos, and it becomes very sturdy. Yeah. So it is quite nice. So look at this fish lantern. It's actually a 3D model. So I'm going to bring this Chinese traditional craft into the next level of size using modern technologies like computer graphics.
At FIF, we create opportunities for intergenerational exchanges and educational experiences. Our initiatives include special workshops, educational and interactive exhibitions, all fostering a sense of community. Hands, Heart and Heritage provides a wonderful look at our outreach paper art workshops and at some of the renowned master artists who share their remarkable talents in making paper lanterns. Attending families were able to come together and share a creative experience. Our workshops also helped to preserve an important cultural tradition during the Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival, beautifully bridging the past and the future.
我的这一幅作品叫《青春之光》，那么就是去表达一个美丽的少女，她的头上用大自然的叶子，那么这个呢，我们都是用剪刀去剪出来的。我的这一幅作品呢叫《群英斗艳》，就是用抽象夸张的手法去表达猫头鹰机智、美丽、聪明的一方面。那我这一幅作品呢，就是代表着这个是我的母亲，这是我们4兄弟姐妹。然后我的母亲是在这样的一个环境下养育我们，然后女儿的妈妈也为她的孩子橙子。然后这是一棵树，我们就是要呼吁我们爱护土地，爱护我们的大自然。那么土地孕育了我们的生命，然后天空给我们一个好的空气，让我们在这样一个美好的环境下生活成长。记忆中的母亲给我们洗衣服、缝鞋子，然后爱护我们的一个场景。
I'm a registered architect in Hong Kong. I've worked for various international companies, both in Hong Kong and Greater China. As an architect, I spent a lot of time building models with paper and card with my hands. Naturally, that transitioned to playing with Chinese traditional paper cuttings. Paper cuttings are generally associated with Chinese New Year, but I'm trying to bring the art form into other aspects of life. My design process still starts with pencil and paper, and I like to sketch out what I have in mind. So I go from pencil to black ink, and then I would use this to cut out my first prototype. So this is actually the original cutting by hand. And I would scan this and try to recreate this as closely as possible in a digital format. So that's how we go into a digital vector program.
So for FIF, we will be doing a workshop in the Blue House because we're in the Blue House. We have this ocean theme where all the paper is going to be blue and everyone's going to draw ocean animals.
For FIF, I created a series of paper cutting workshops based on an ocean theme. Paper cutting is a very time-consuming art form, so rather than having the participants cut their own pieces, I focus them on the design. I teach about composition, about solid and void. Students can start with a pre-cut silhouette and they fill it with whatever they want. After the class, I do most of the heavy lifting. I digitize their designs and use a machine to finalize their artworks for them.
这个是我们5000年的文化，还有托、拼，还有手撕，这是中国最传统的4种。然后呢，如果说是一些花朵的东西呢，周围的水啊、线条啊，那我还是用剪刀，因为只有剪刀才能表达出那种味道。
明白。因为我的题材经常都是用建筑有关的，所以就我用刻刀可能是适合的。我就很注重用手剪的时候，我变成电子化以后可以保持那种灵魂。那我们兔年2个都做了一个浮兔，但是我们表达方式很不一样。您可以介绍一下你的这个作品吗？
那我这个浮兔呢，你看它牡丹代表着富贵，也代表着福气，然后它肥乎乎的，然后呢也代表着福气。那我就用一个这样的比较写实的可爱的手法去表达。
对啊，它的毛是就是很有活力。但是我的那个就比较一个现代化的就是平面设计一个角度，那些兔子的那个形态，它们的位置是对应上那个福字的那个笔画的，就是好像这里有一个田字，是有4个兔子刚坐在那里，就所以跟那个字体是有那个直接的联系的。
对，每个设计都很饱满，效果都不错。
谢谢。
Sticky Line is a creative studio designing complex geometric sculptures from simple paper or metal. They were very happy to hold the Fly Me to the Moon workshop for FIF because paper folding is truly a magical craft that we all love to share. Through a set of seemingly simple steps, you can transform a flat surface into a complex 3-dimensional volume. As you cut, crease, fold, glue, you learn patience, dexterity, and attention to detail. By focusing your attention, you expand your mind. For the community, it is an activity that brings many benefits. As they engage in paper folding, children go in a special place where creativity can thrive. It helps take their mind away from school, from their daily lives, and from their digital devices too. It is great fun and very relaxing.
Our name Cha Dok Chan comes from the sound of the traditional Cantonese opera percussion. Cha, Dok, Chan. Our mission is to engage young audiences in a fun and creative way to appreciate and learn the art of Cantonese opera. To help young people discover and appreciate this unique heritage, we are adapting classics, creating our own plays that resonate with their young modern lives, and performing some parts in English to help bring this art to the world. Some of our students had connections to members of First Initiative Foundation, so we invited Ms. Michelle Ong to one of our practices, and we were glad to being invited to perform at the FIF annual gala dinner.
Yes, my friends at school know that I do Cantonese opera. They have come to see me perform before, and they think it's cool to have me on stage performing. Breaking the Red Lantern is one of a special show that is in English. Yes, it's very good to learn both because then you can learn two very good languages that are important. It does help me get a better rhythm in singing and overall movement.
Music has the power to bring people together. It provides us with a universal language that transcends cultural and communication barriers. Promoting music education and nurturing young musicians has always been a part of FIF's core mission. We work with preeminent global stars to bring the best of special masterclasses and mentorship programs to our community. We join with prestigious organizations including the Lang Lang Music Foundation and Young Scholars Program to enhance learning and the love of music. Many of our FIF supporting artists are leading music talents. FIF is proud to actively join with them in projects that add to the world's library of remarkable music.
I was born in Hong Kong, and I guess I started music when I was 6 years old. And then I started composing when I was 7. And then it just became a very ardent passion for me. And then it came time that I had to study elsewhere. So I went to the US and also studied music. And then after my whole studying, I started to work in the US, and eventually, well, I think it's that whatever that called me led me back to Hong Kong, and so I'm here now. I write musicals, and sometimes I do film scores. As an artist in support for FIF, every year I contribute something. So this year, Michelle asked me to write a piece of music, a very intimate, personal piece. And it's actually one of the most difficult missions for me because it needs me to tap into a childhood memory as growing up, and sometimes gets too personal for me. But eventually I could actually come up with something about nostalgia, which everybody can relate to. As a child growing up in Hong Kong, watching a lot of the cultural heritage, traditions, bombarded by what's new, what is like from the outside. And I actually did study abroad. So with all that come together, to write a piece of music that encapsulated all the emotions in 3 minutes, I think that's one of the most difficult tasks I've been given. Okay, the piece I wrote for FIF has 2 parts. The first part has this main melody. The second part, and then the third part actually has these 2 melodies kind of come together and developed into like a big finish at the very end. And when I first wrote it, I just had, in my head, it's just a piano. And then Hey, a dear friend of mine, a very famous producer in Hong Kong, he steps in and then said, okay, why don't you take it to another level? And eventually it's scored for the piano and the violin. And then what happens is when the third part, when the two main melodies come together, they intertwine between the violin and the piano. And sometimes the violin would take the first part, and then the piano would answer. And then the violin would pick up again, the piano would answer again. So it's a dialogue between these two very standalone instruments, which I think is fantastic to have it taken shape into a different form and into a 3D creation of this piece of music that I wrote.
你頭先嗰個
呢個
高啲，係嘛？
呢個，但是
係啊，差唔多。
生活的时候就哦，
還要。
好了，你他。
細聲冇問題嘅，要佢大聲嗰啲嘢我，你拉大聲嗰啲位係，即係有啲邊啲位啊？因為呢啲位收咧點都唔好聽。
阿亮啊，可唔可以我哋由頭玩多一陣俾我哋？可以隨時。
OK， 我係第一頭先，我想聽下呢一段，其實最緊要係呢一段個大聲嗰度。你俾我。
我現在還記得那個 water 那個。
這個 the first one da da di da 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 that B I think that the last take was a little under. Right, and then the rest I think was quite beautiful.
I think the slow part is a little bit too draggy.
Okay, too slow.
Too slow.
Okay.
Too slow.
Sure.
I don't think we need that slow.
Okay.
The contrast.
Sure.
Yeah. Only that part for you.你其實應該 pick up 少少喎。And when the violin come in, he pick up a little bit more. And for that bar or the bed 46, I think you can let the lingering die out a little bit more before you play.
Sure.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Da, da, da. That we can do a little bit. Yeah. Let's do one more.
Playing it.
I enjoyed so much. There's a lot of different pianistic skills involved, as well as the dialogue with violin. And even though we recorded for a few times, but we never get bored.
Like, that's totally true.
Exactly.
Like, I was here for the whole afternoon, and it was every time it touches me.
It's so magical.
Seriously.
That every time we can like still find something new.
Yeah.
When we do a new take.
Yes.
So
I
think
didn't touch the bottom line.
The chemistry between the two of you was just amazing, and it's like it's not quite part of me now. It's like given out to the two of you, so it's a pleasure just hearing it come back through the speakers. So
I'm very happy. So.
Yeah, and I think it's also a very great presentation of like East meet West, because I can feel some like Eastern musical elements mixed with some Western like musical melodies.
It's like almost like a modern classic.
Exactly,
it is
like a neoclassic kind of.
Exactly, I think it's something like always modern people, like what we're caught in between. It's like what's modern and what's traditional, and how we are in between those two, and what is original and what is derivative.
I think we don't forget our past, but we have to move with the present and the future. I think that's the whole concept. Whatever preservation or whatever, you have to move with the times, and you try to engage the next generation. I think that is our mission.
My connection with Cantonese opera goes back a long way, because my grandfather was a Cantonese opera performer. So I guess when I was little, he already retired, so I never got to see him perform. But from all his friends, from his contemporaries, from his the next generations of the Cantonese opera, I knew he was very, very well respected. And so for that, I mean, as a child, you always hear about that. So it becomes something that you really take notice when you hear an actual opera being performed. You would take heed, you would go listen to it, and then you try to draw a line between what you see and what you don't see, which is your heritage. And for me to make that connection was actually very easy. And then as a teenager, I mean, since Chinese opera is part of Hong Kong, I actually listened to some of that, and I actually sang some of it as well. Not that I'm any good, but at least I could tap into it and understand what it was about. And then when I was in my professional years, I got to work on 3 very important projects. 帝女花、再世紅梅記、蝶影紅梨記. I got the great privilege to work with some of the most respected and legendary performers on stage. 陳寶珠小姐、梅雪詩小姐。
預備，1、2、3、4。
你幾多歲
？6歲。
6歲，你咧？你5歲。你咧？
我係5歲。
你5歲。咁我自細，我爸爸係教粵劇噶嘛，咁所以可能係受咗爸爸影響啦，所以咁我對粵劇有興趣咯。
You notice they have designed this according to the shape of the face.
唔聽話，可以整得好靚。
呢啲係真頭髮。
係啊，
係啊
真頭髮。而家啲頭髮好貴㗎。
佢話真係可以咧，咁細個坐定咁耐嚇，嚟上妝唔係講笑。
咁呢其他同學見到你咁中意做大戲，有咩意見？開唔開心嘅見到？有冇話我都想學啊咁啊？
有啲同學話覺得好靚咯。
你演出過未啊？
演出過。
咁佢哋有冇嚟睇你啊？
有。
佢哋有冇問你係咪好辛苦嘅練習？有冇問你？
冇，但係佢就話嗰啲妝好靚咯。
啲妝好靚。你有冇話俾佢聽？嗰個妝要化好耐嘅，要坐喺度搽好耐嘅。有係咪啊？
我叫黃偉俊，我會做鳳閣恩仇美了。
哦，
多謝佢。
你心機。
異國情於驚無散，空如齊淚，天色
習，因為粵劇係我哋嘅國粹嚟嘅嚇，希望有好多啲年青人追求俾啲心機讀書之餘咧，又可以學習粵劇，咁可以承傳落去。咁我哋嗰個粵劇希望多啲新力軍嚇。
Charitable events are foundational to our work. They encompass so many things. Events provide an opportunity to bring all supporters together in a meaningful celebration of our current mission, our continuing and past work, and our future initiatives. They allow for charitable contribution to our foundation so that we may continue and expand our work. They provide a platform to highlight our initiatives and the important support of many talents, renowned and new. Certainly, food is an art form. With a team of 5 master chefs from renowned restaurants in Hong Kong, FIF presented a unique culinary experience. The event's dinner represented the rich diversity of our city and perfectly complemented our heritage theme. And of course, an artful dinner always adds fun, discovery, and enjoyment to any event.
はい、私の名前は伊藤明です。私の生まれた宮崎では海があり山があり、さまざまな食材が豊富にあります。日本のカニは味と香りがすごくいいです。一番下に北海道産のあん肝、真ん中に北海道産の毛ガニ、一番上にフランス産のキャビアを乗せます。
My name is Barry and I'm from Singapore and I'm the chef at Wei Restaurant. For our first appetizer, it's a bak kut teh croquette. Bak kut teh, it's a very popular Teochew dish, traditionally served in a meat broth. But for this event, all the pepperiness is packed into the croquettes itself. Yummy.
I'm Joby Lam. I'm from Hong Kong, or Hong Kong Yan. The Mekong Delta is the southwest part of Vietnam, so they're very rich of seafood. I recreate their iconic dishes. It's look very simple, but inside just use the best ingredients.
Hi, this is Steve Lee.
Hi, this is Park Shibu.
First appetizer, what we serve is Korean fried chicken. We serve a very crispy skin, and then a sauce we're serving is sweet, sour, and a savory, spicy. So the sauce make the people addicted to the dish.
前菜2品目のインスピレーションはお肉の前菜といえばユッケですので、このお料理を香港の方に食べていただきたいと思いました。
It's an inspiration from an Indian donut that we have in Singapore. It's called vade. So we made it into a round-shaped vade, and inside we stuff it with a smoked tuna cream, bit of tomato jelly, and a touch of lemon.
Jia. In Hong Kong, we call it jiak yok. Normally, it's a common dish in the whole entire Vietnam. You can see everywhere. But this time, I used my special technique to handle premium ingredients and show it another level.
In Korea, we have a lot of kind of kimchi. The Bossam kimchi has meaning, the wrap. We put a lot of ingredients and then wrap it and then ferment. And then that dish used to serve to royal family. It's very premium kimchi in Korea.
今回は熊本の A5 のシュトーブリアンを使ってご用意させていただきました。日本のこの和歌山のクヌギの炭を使ってお肉を焼くとすごく香りがいいです。どうぞお召し上がりくださいませ。
So the inspiration for the main dish, it's my all-time favorite when I go back home to Singapore. It's a dry curry laksa. So there's a rich coconut broth cooked with konjac rice. So konjac comes from a plant, and we serve it with a garlic and a charcoal grilled abalone. My very first job was Joel Robuchon in Singapore, and that was where I learned a lot of precision and discipline. And when we create a dish, we would take flavors that I grew up with and techniques that I've learned up to this point as a chef.
The inspiration of the main dish is the iconic items in Hanoi. We call bún chả Hanoi. Some people call it Obama noodles because when he go there, he just sit in a small stool with Anthony Bourdain. But this time we transform it, slightly transform it. The fundamental, the taste is still traditional, but the technique, what kind of wood we use apple wood, we use cherry wood, we use lychee wood. To use different temperature, we use the best pork and the best rice to make a rice noodle and a great fish sauce. So to make to another level, the new bún chả Hanoi.
Okay. All right, so the main dish is samgyetang. Samgyetang, which is a ginseng chicken soup. Usually we eat this ginseng chicken soup for summer to overcome the heat. And then we serve this on the party for the guests, keep the health and the well-being as well.
今日咧，我要整俾大家嘅咧，就係一個好特別嘅一個傳統嘅小食。咁咧係由我嫲教我整嘅喎，叫做糖環。呢個糖環咧係一個廣東小食嚟嘅。另外咧，亦都配上咗一個好代表我哋香港嘅味道嘅一個奶茶雪糕。呢兩樣嘢夾埋咧，可以好突出我哋香港嘅飲食文化㗎。咁咧就嚟中秋節咯喎！今晚咧我為咗大家咧準備一個好特別嘅一個美點雙輝，個主題叫做花好月圓。咁裡面咧會有一隻好靚嘅閃靈靈嘅白兔仔，係由朱古力做㗎。咁亦都有其他嘅美點一齊，包括一啲月亮啊、一啲花啊。咁咧俾大家咧喺節日裡面咧享用嘅。
It was very impressive for these kids as young as 4 years old to arrive at the Four Seasons Hotel, so they jumped into practice right away. But as the performance time drew closer, you could feel that there was a growing tension backstage. But putting on the white and red face makeup is something unique. It's like superheroes putting on their suits. Kids feel that it gives them great powers, and with great powers come great responsibilities, and that is why they love it.
Tonight, we are gathered here to celebrate the heritage of Hong Kong. I am your co-host tonight, Adrian, and this is my co-host, Brian Fung.
A warm welcome to everyone. Tonight, we gather here to celebrate FIF's Paper Poems Initiative and to honor the spirit of our caring community.
The moment they stepped onto the stage, the kids became incredibly focused and performed with professional confidence.
We have a dog, pretty as a flower, but nose in the air.
at the FIF annual gala to an adult audience, including renowned Cantonese opera stars Ms. Chang Bo-ju and Ms. Wei Xu-zi, was an exceptional opportunity for those young people to showcase their talent and share their passion for their cultural heritage.
And one of our special performances, may I now invite FIF's newest artist in support, Karen Mok, on stage for a performance.
現在有請領研慈善基金新加入嘅 Artist in Support 莫文蔚小姐嚟到台上為大家演出。
Thank you.
Hello， 大家好。我明白再放不开你的爱，太熟悉你的关怀，分不开，想你算是安慰还是悲哀？而现在，就算时针都停摆，就算生命像尘埃，分不开，我们也许反而更相信爱。Hope everyone is having a good time. You guys back there? 多謝晒，好開心成為咗 FIF 呢個大家庭嘅一份子。Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of the evening. 跟住仲有好多好戲在後頭啊！多謝晒。
Thank you, Karen.
How did I get involved? Honestly, FIF had witnessed my growth since I think 15 years ago. I believe I was like 14 years old when I attended FIF's gala in London. Honestly, I think the FIF's mission is really important because as someone who got a lot of like care and support along the way, I know how important it is for a young person to get this kind of care. And I think FIF really gave a lot of very crucial support for the art scene in Hong Kong as well as in the world. I really hope to pass on this kind of legacy of FIF to my next generation. I've done like a few master classes, and I was so happy to be able to listen to some very young and talented pianists, which is very rewarding for me as well.
I'm delighted to welcome young musicians and music lovers of all ages to a very special First Initiative Foundation Masterclass with the remarkable Lang Lang.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you, Michelle, to your greatest friendship for so many years. And I just love you so much. And you bring the best bridge, in people. And thank you for. Thank you so much. With me. Thank you. Thank you. And also, I want to say I have a little brother, New. Welcome, wonderful artist. You see, when I have this. You see what I mean? This is a difference between tenuto and accent. Crescendo. Yes. Keep going. Yeah, it's nice, beautiful, but can you make it slightly more painful? Here. Yes. You can do 2 levels. So here. Yeah, but classical music is not something just kind of very, very calm, you know, very proper. It's not, you know, and especially this crazy Franz Liszt. I mean, he's just absolutely, he's the rock star. You know, I need some blood. You know, I need some blood. Yeah, please give me a better struggling pastage. Yeah, I need more. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I need here. This is very typical the Russian way of playing. This has to come out. Okay, the sound. Yeah. I need a little bit more on the more like a dance. You know, I need more dance now. Yeah, a little bit slower, like that, and you know. You're a little bit too much, you know, inward. All this, you have to go, you know, when you practice, you have to go sometimes out, you know, like that. I'm not talking about, you know, second time you're doing outrageous things, you know, like playing like suddenly another way of doing it. You just need to using the same card but differently, slightly. Otherwise, after 5 minutes, I know exactly what you're doing. You know, which is not bad, it's fine. But can you imagine if you do a recital for 2 hours? I know exactly what you're going to do. It's not, you know, it's not great, right? But what I like about your playing is your wonderful control. You know, this is very good, and you know what you want to do. This is fantastic. It's very clear. Yeah, but I need more of a variations. This has to be in da 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 ba da. Okay. Thank you. Oh, and also for the articulation, when you have this, don't play every time. Sometimes. You know what I mean? Not always. You have to do a slightly longer and a little bit more articulated. Okay, try that. Dum bom. Yes. Yes. I need a Beethoven forzato. You have to attack very fast. Go lower. Yes, yes. Yes, that's forzato. Chromatic from up and down. That's also very typical Beethoven. Yes. Oh, here. And then new phrase. Was it? Yeah.
Thank you.
Bravo.
What a great masterclass, really memorable.
I was happy to see everyone at the masterclass inspired by music in their lives. Really, that's the purpose of all our work.
My name is Ruby Wu and I play the piano.
My name is Lam Puyin and I play the piano.
I aspire to be a concert pianist as a soloist, so I would love to be able to travel around the world and collaborate with many other musicians to make music.
For me, because I'm studying medicine at Hong Kong U, my goal in the future is to become a doctor. But I also really hope that I will continue playing music, no matter as a soloist, playing chamber music with others, or maybe simply just playing the viola in orchestra to enjoy music and to inspire others to appreciate music.
FIF has been great in helping me connect with the Lang Lang Foundation, and that has opened up many, many very educational opportunities for me in terms of piano to help me become a better musician.
Yes, FIF has also given me a lot of opportunities, no matter concerts or masterclasses. They have given me a lot of invitations. The identity of being an FIF scholar has allowed me to take more risks in order to become a better musician and also to spread the joy of music to others.
For a young artist, I think a very important aspect is to understand the background of a lot of what you're creating. And sometimes ideas just come to you right away and then it's blurted out. But at the same time, I think in order to have depth and long-lasting effect on a creation, it really needs to have a lot of backup. And part of that backup is the background. And not just comes from you, but who comes before you. And that's very important in order to build up a certain credibility and the meat of what you create. My earliest and probably my most vivid memory of the Mid-Autumn Festival is when my dad brought me and my brothers to a beach. Actually, that was Repulse Bay. And I remember people digging holes on the sand and put lanterns in the middle of it. And for a child, that whole image of a beach turned into little spots of light was like a very indelible experience. And whenever I think of Mid-Autumn Festival, I always go back to that memory of me walking down the beach with my dad.
House is such an inspiring place. I think I'm so glad we're able to hold FIF workshops here because it's really added a special touch to the heritage, arts and craft experience.
Yeah, I'm also very glad we can use this space. I think there was a lot of financial pressure to tear down Blue House and build another high-rise in Wan Chai, but through community action they were able to salvage this 101-year-old historic building, and to be able to sustain a living community, especially a very artistic community, is very important to Wan Chai and Hong Kong, I think.
Tonight's program is Lokot Tai Fung Sheng, means Prime Minister of the 6 states. That means that it's united about a country.
summer 2024, the centerpiece art installation Rising Phoenix of 100 Birds, specially created by Victor Wong for FIF's fundraising gala, is set to be publicly displayed at the Hong Kong Cultural Centre. This exhibition aims to highlight the iconic heritage of traditional art craftsmanship in Hong Kong, attracting attention to its rich artistic legacy.
We make a difference in life by caring, sharing, and giving. As First Initiative Foundation goes forward, we will continue to provide inspiration, beauty, connection, and understanding through our encompassing support of the arts. There are many exciting projects on the way, so stay tuned.